In the Impact segment tonight, the Palin Hysteria. That is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. Despite severe economic problems, the New York Times remains the agenda setter of the committed left in America. And over the weekend, the Times was absolutely hysterical over the specter of Sarah Palin being elected vice president. Yesterday, the Times ran a front-page story that said while she was an elected official in Alaska, Governor Palin rewarded her friends and tried to marginalize her enemies. Can you imagine a politician doing that? Somebody gets elected and helps her supporters? How outrageous. Again, that was on page 1. Also, 5 New York Times columnists attacked the McCain-Palin ticket. No columnist was published defending them. Here's a sample. Quote, John McCain, who is shameless about promoting himself as America's ultimate patriot, put the best interests of the nation aside in making his incredibly reckless choice of a running mate. Quote, a McCain victory on Election Day will usher in a Palin presidency, with McCain serving as a transitional frontman and even weaker Bush to her Cheney. The same guy, McCain, who would not sell his soul to win his party's nomination, is ready to sell every piece of his soul to win the presidency. But the two best were the women columnists for the Times, Gail Collins and Maureen Dowd. To say these ladies disapprove of Sarah Palin, it's like saying Rosie O'Donnell doesn't like me. The understatement of the decade. Writes Ms. Collins, the new Sarah Palin just wants the world to know that the fact she didn't have a passport until last year is a positive sign that she is not part of the Washington elite. And Maureen Dowd wraps up the hysteria fest. Sarah has single-handedly ushered out the Sex and the City era and made the sexy new model for America a retro one, the glamorous pioneer woman packing a gun, a baby, and a Bible. And guns, babies, and Bibles are the last things the New York Times wants to see being encouraged in America. Thank you, Maureen Dowd, for your spot-on candor. The truth is that Governor Palin does lack policy expertise in many areas. So did Presidents Clinton and Bush. In fact, they both made major foreign policy mistakes. But JFK and LBJ also made big foreign policy mistakes like Vietnam. And as the book title states, they were surrounded by the best and the brightest. What the New York Times really fears is a return of traditional principles. The paper sees a rejection of secularism and their beloved one-world foreign policy going right down the drain. If Sarah Palin catches on, the brave new secular world the Times espouses takes a huge hit. That's what's going on here. Talking Points is watching the Palin phenomenon closely. So far, the McCain campaign is hesitant to give me an interview with her, and that's troubling. Sean Hannity will speak with the governor later this week. We'll watch that closely because I want to know more about the woman's worldview, as every responsible American should. I'm not buying the left-wing hysteria, but as with all of those seeking power, the governor should be scrutinized. But let's do it in a fair way, okay? And that's a memo now.